going on? Joe Coffey here for PremierGuitar.com. We're at the LA Amp Show 2009, checking out Tomaszewicz amplifiers. And, you know, the cool thing about the LA Amp Show, you're just wandering around with your guitar. You go from room to room. You're checking out amps, playing through them, and there are stars walking all around. You know, this guy, you're going to hear him here in a bit. Your name, sir?
Andrew Synowiec.
This guy can play like a mother. So, and also, look at this guy. This is Ricky Martin's lead guitarist. Your name, sir?
RJ Ronquillo.
All right, so we're going to have to get some licks from you here, too, in a second, if that's all right. But I've got John here. Let's talk about these amplifiers. Tell us about this head we're going to be listening to.
It's a 35-watt, all-original design, designed after years of working in the studio and not being satisfied with, you know, what I had, you know, the usual suspects, right? So I've got a lot of original circuitry in there. Most notably, it's got very high-end compression circuit in there, parallel to drive the amp, to where, in working with local guys, the common complaint was, you know, I keep dropping out of the mix when I want to play a nice clean passage, you know, and the channel switching just doesn't do it for me. So I said, man, I can fix that for you. So, and it worked out excellent, you know, and that's one aspect of it, but I'm all about clean, you know, in designing microphones and mic preamps. I learned a lot of really cool techniques, and
I see a preamp switch on here.
Well, that's your first preamp drive. That really gives you your grit. You know, if you want max distortion, you know, turn that all the way up. If you want it like Fender, kind of clean, back it off, and then, you know, turn up the master volume. And then there's a drive control, which is essentially right after the tone stack that drives the power amp. And then it is often called the master volume, but it's got a real master volume in it that works much better. So on the other side, and then it's got a cut like a AC30 kind of thing. Okay. In conjunction with a presence, like we all know, using them together, you can get some grit and back off the annoying dissonant stuff at the top.
Right now I just have the volume rolled off the guitar. I'll start on the neck pickup. So that's on the neck pickup. You know, it's like a good, like a lead sound if you want it to be clean. And maybe if you want to play some rhythm stuff. So it's still pretty clean there. And then again, you know, obviously I'm not touching the amp at all. I roll up the volume here. So it's, you know, all just from the volume knob.
How long have you been playing through this amp?
Let's see, a minute and a half.
So as somebody who's just kind of walking in, checking it out for the first time, I appreciate the demo, by the way. I mean, give me some of your thoughts on what is it like to get a feel for this thing, and you know, what's your reaction to how it reacts to you?
Well, it's a very responsive amplifier. You know, I can tell you that much. I need to spend a little more time with it, but I definitely like the sustain circuit a lot. I mean, it tends to. One of the things that bothers me is again with the rolling off of the volume knob, the guitar will often you know, thin out. Like if you have it set so it sounds good with this kind of sound, and then you roll off the volume, it gets too thin for the single notes. But not with this amplifier. And if you want it to be more biting, you know, you can do that with your picking technique. So
Quickly, tell me about this guitar.
I have no idea.
Who? I thought that was. Is this your guitar?
Yeah, that's my guitar.
What should we know here?
Oh, it's just a Warmoth pieced together, you know, quarter saw neck, Seymour Duncan pickups in it, and Callahan bridge. You know, it's a Frankenstein, you know, culmination of many years. It started out as a Fender, believe it or not. Now the knobs are Fender.
Cool.
No offense to Fender, I got some great Fenders, but.
Well, you know, part of the fun of the whole amp show vibe is, you know, what you're seeing, man. We're playing this by ear. So, RJ, you want to pop in here, man? And so he's going to be playing this amp for the first time, too. We love to have the Ringers Fora company come in and tell you all about it, but we also love to let you hear people play an amp for the first time and just kind of get the reactions. It's kind of like you were in here. Tell me, what familiarity do you have with these amps?
Zero. I just got here.
All right, so this is like fly on the wall stuff. Why don't you play and we'll just check you out as you get a feel for it.
Pedal or anything. It's just perfect the way it is. I like it.
Now, I know as an amp maker, you see guys come in, and you're watching them play these amps, this amp for the first time. What's going through your mind as you hear them play your amp?
So I don't know. I don't want to play now because no, man. I love hearing good players, you know. And the thing that really makes me feel good is good players appreciate it. They get it, you know. That, you know, like Andrew was saying, you know, it was designed for good players. You know, I'm an okay player, I think. I can say that, but the, you know, it's designed for the very best. And I just would appreciate the chance to let some of the guys. We've had like one of the very best guitar players play or owns one of these amps, but you know, he's got an endorsement deal, like, you know, but you know, it just makes me feel good. Now we just, you know, hope to start getting some sales from it. That's you know, and I want to start hearing it on some records, is because I know that's what it's designed for, you know, to cut through and sit well, and you know, it's like the way Andrew plays, you know, the beautiful chords, you know, that come through, that don't get, you know, the notes don't bump into each other, you know, and you know, so it's a culmination of a dream right here.
Before I'll let you guys go, I understand there's a prototype of a pedal you're working on. Are you ready for the world to hear that? Is that something we should go through now?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, so what is the name of this pedal, or what will the name of this pedal be?
I don't know. We're looking for suggestions. I'm thinking like Tone Drive or something like that, or.
What's it based on?
Well, like I said, the BK Butler tube driver, it's got a tone stack that's very similar to that, which is what gives you that nice sweet violin tone.
But this doesn't have a tube in it.
No, it doesn't have a tube in it. It has a, you know, in my design experience, I come upon all these aha moments, like, like, you know, everybody designs by the past, you know, ideas that were accepted, and just simple little things. You go, whoa, this is so simple, but yet it's so effective. And there's a lot of that in there. In my amp, it's loaded with stuff like that. Yeah, I've got the preamp drive down really low, so that's distortion is coming from here. And now if you back off on the guitar, you hear it cleans up. It still cleans up nice, right? See, that's all this. See, now if we turn the gain up here, you really get some sustain going.
What are your thoughts, man?
I dig it. It really is, you know, depending on where I put my volume knob and how I play, it's very responsive.
Sounds great, man.
Yeah, I'm very pleased with it so far. So I think I'm gonna, from the response I'm getting so far, I think I'm gonna productize this and get them up for sale, you know, real quick.
Right on. All right, if people want to find out more about your stuff, where can they go online?
Yeah, my website, JTSoundInc.com. JTSOUNDINC.com.
All right. Thanks a lot, man.
Well, thank you.
I'm Joe Coffey. You're watching PremierGuitar.com.